A precision strike from the air, killing the chief of Hamas's military wing. But it appears Israel is getting ready to go beyond pinpoint hits like this to contain the Hamas threat. An Israeli official says the army has already moved nearly a division's worth of troops, as many as 2,000, to the border of Gaza. Israel sealed off the main roads around Gaza. Will Israel invade on the ground?
I think the chances are going up.
Jeffrey White, a former analyst with the Defense Intelligence Agency, says an Israeli ground invasion of Gaza would be a brutal, bloody grind.
There's a pretty high density of population throughout the Strip. It's highest in the major areas of Rafah, Khan Yunis, Gaza City, but there are a lot of civilians in other places as well. But the other part of this is that Hamas fights from inside the cities.
Cities of narrow streets, bazaars, apartment buildings. Translation, a punishing building-to-building slog in a place that's slightly more than twice the size of Washington, D.C. We used a Google map with CNN contributor General James Spider Marks.
What kind of close combat are we talking about here?
This is called combat in restricted terrain. And clearly what we have here in Gaza City, there are about 500,000 people that live in this city. And you can only imagine the type of combat that's got to take place in this very restricted terrain.
Terrain where, Marks says, Israeli troops will be exposed to ambush, sniper fire, suicide bombings. If a ground invasion's launched, analysts say it could be eerily similar to a conflict 4 years ago, after a series of Hamas rocket attacks on Israel.
In late 2008, early 2009, Israel launched Operation Cast Lead, a short period of airstrikes followed by a longer ground invasion of Gaza. These are some scenes from it. Entire apartment blocks destroyed. Estimates are up to 1,400 Palestinians were killed, many of them civilians.
About a dozen Israelis were killed in that operation. Then, the Israelis were able to split up Gaza, cut supply lines. This time, analysts say Hamas could make it tougher.
They have some better weapons, no question about it. They've got much better anti-tank capability with the Concours, Russian ATGM. They have a better SAM capability.
But White says that in 2008-2009, Hamas units were not good at close combat with the Israelis. He says they broke and ran, didn't coordinate well. White says that since then, they have made an effort to improve that with Iran's help. So we'll see what the Israelis encounter if they go in.